Kurt in front of the net, clicked by Gaio. Kurt gets it back and stuffs it home. He's down by Gandalf, wins it back. Wagster with a shot. Reimer with a clutch save.
Rock, paper, scissors,
Kurt taking another shot past Halo on the top side.
They're calling you Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Cook my science, bitch.
Stealth getting fish into Cubs. The one-timer, he scores. Oh no, Gandalf with an own goal.
Whew! A lot of people have wanted this day for ages. Some even said it was impossible. But here at Kurt and Reimer Studios, we make the impossible come to life. Tonight, we present a guest who is very elusive, very prestigious, and dashingly handsome. The father of the game himself, we present Leeroy. Welcome to the show, guy.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, is he still muted?
Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Unmute yourself, Leeroy.
Okay. Well, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Well, glad to be with you guys.
Sauce.
Oh man, it's super exciting to have you here. What a stud, ladies and gentlemen. Chat, what a stud we got up here. What a guy. Mr. Moneybags himself took time out of his day. But, Leeroy, why don't you tell us about yourself? Like, what's your school background? Do you have a background in game design and stuff, or?
Well, I took a couple, like, computer programming classes in college. I think it was just, like, the basic C++, and then the second class of that, and then just a Java programming class. But other than that, yeah, I got my Associates of Science at a community college where I live in Colorado. And yeah, now I'm just trying to look for another college to finish my bachelor's degree at.
Oh, nice.
But yes, as far as computer design and stuff, like in classes, not really that much, no.
All talent, all just natural talent.
Natural talent.
Yeah.
All
well,
natural
the three classes help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you make Zealot hockey sort of as a you're a hobbyist, or is this something that you want to pursue?
I guess kind of both. But yeah, it was mostly just as a hobby at first. I made a hockey game in StarCraft Brood War.
Ooh.
And so that's pretty much what inspired me. And
was that the one with the vultures and the siege tank?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm trying to think of which one that might be. 'Cause I don't know. I've just played like lots of.
There are tons of sports maps. So it was.
I remember NFL Blitz. That
Oh
was
yeah, that was the one that I was heavily involved in.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then yeah, the StarCraft 2 engine was just so much better for it. Like even in their pre-designed like models and everything, they had like a hockey stick. So that's pretty much what got me started. If they didn't have like that hockey stick like already in their models, I probably wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, would have been just like Zealot football, or no, that's already a game. Never mind.
I did like the basic stuff. Like I'm really not that great at that stuff, and so with like people like Reputed, Crush, and Music all helping me
right
with the map, like they helped a lot. Especially like Reputed, because he was like the first one to help me. But then obviously, you know, the Music gave us that awesome UI.
Yeah, it was really cool. Big change. We'll get to that though. Let's talk more about yourself. You humble guy.
I'm trying to get off.
You humble guy.
No, there's no getting off on Rhyme Time. What's the origin of your ID? Was it because of the whole Leeroy Jenkins or something else?
Yeah, that's actually like really lame. Like I was like a little kid. I thought like it'd be cool to call myself Leeroy Jenkins, but I just stuck with it. Like,
yeah.
Eventually it turned into Leeroy, because my username for StarCraft Brood War was Leeroy Jenkins. But
yeah,
so Leeroy's right.
You cut it down.
Yeah, it's kind of lame that it's like completely based off of Leeroy Jenkins, but
Yeah, it's not the most original, but hey, you made it work. You
Yeah.
made it short. It's not like Reputed or Kurt, but you actually, it's a little bit better.
Mine
I
is
guess,
the
I
most
should talk
unoriginal.
to original,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's like you're not even trying.
Well, you know, I used to try. I'm Broodwar. I had like a ton of different clan names, and they were all like NFL player based.
Right.
And you know, I mean, you know, my actual screen name like on PlayStation. It's so fucking lame.
Yeah,
It came from
yeah.
Landscape.
You don't want that. You get
You
bullied.
don't want that. So you know, just Kurt. I mean, it used to be Kurt_58 for Broodwar for a while there.
Right.
But you know, I mean,
you gotta simplify. Yeah.
you can't use underscores or numbers in StarCraft 2, so it just came Kurt. I mean.
You can't use numbers.
No, you can't. You can't use numbers. You never noticed that? No, you cannot use numbers.
I never tried. But
Can't use underscores or any weird symbols. So.
yeah, I didn't think a number was a weird symbol. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're just Leeroy. You're by yourself. Before Reputed comes, the music comes. You see there's a hockey stick. What happens next that created Zealot Hockey?
Yeah, I mean, it was the hockey stick that inspired me, and then I looked up some tutorial. I'm trying to remember this guy's name just to give him credit and everything, because he left this tutorial on like StarCraft 2 Mapster about making your own physics engine, and it was pretty much just taking that guy's work and making it work for hockey. But I mean, he did say it was free to use, so. Yeah, I think his name was like Los Tacos. I might be mistaken.
Rush?
No, Los Tacos. I think he worked on Extreme Dodgeball, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That sounds really
And
familiar.
And yeah, that he came out with that map like after Zealot Hockey, but I'm pretty sure that was using his system that he described in the forum topic that I used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this one's a little. It's kind of vague, so it's open for your interpretation. Has Zealot Hockey changed your life at all? I guess going off of how you were kind of in the arcade spotlight, and you have a bunch of these people playing your game. Has it changed at all since you made the game?
Yeah, I mean, probably. I've gotten like, a lot of happiness and all that from people playing my game and stuff. So yeah, definitely gives me enjoyment.
Now, do you get noticed on the street?
Really... right.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, of course.
Do you feel like a father at all, Leeroy?
I do.
Well, I know you do.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I guess.
Oh, what a guy! Yeah, the father of it all. You're like. I was gonna make a joke, but I can't. It's racist. Okay. So, would you say it's been a good experience or a bad experience as a whole since you've made the game?
Yeah, definitely good. I mean, nothing really bad about it, but yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, goes to relax. Now, a lot of people will make the joke that, like Leeroy left the community, like he took our money and ran. Do you feel you get the respect you deserve from the player base? Or do you think it's all like toxic and you hate it and that's why you hate your children?
I don't know. I mean, every time I log in, like people are like mostly nice to me, and like sometimes people just like message me and thank me for making the game. I'm like, hell yeah, it's the least I could do. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think really people are toxic to me directly.
Right.
Maybe like I'm watching like another Rhyme Time episode, or just like you've got like the joke about the developer of the game, but that's just kind of like standard. I haven't really seen a game where everybody doesn't like joke around about the developer. So
that's a good point. That really is a good point.
Yeah. It's like a universal thing.
It is. It really is.
Just kind of have to. I don't know. There's probably like some game developers that are just so good that they don't get shit, but
Bethesda.
I can't think of any.
Bethesda's like the only one that doesn't deal with it right now, but I mean, it very well could happen.
Oh, fan question. This is a pop-up one. Are you gonna see the Warcraft movie? I'm assuming you like Warcraft because of the whole Leeroy Jenkins name. So are you gonna go see the movie?
No, actually, I'd never really played Warcraft. I just
stay wrecked, kid. What a question.
I just like that name. I mean, probably if I would have played Warcraft, I would have never like adopted that name.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that I didn't play it, like that video had more novelty to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a really silly video.
Yeah.
Another fan question: is it true you vacationed in the Bahamas and got lap dances with the dirty skin and goldhorn money? The
I don't know, you
rumors
might
are
want to talk
swirling.
to Reputed about that one, actually.
Fucking Reputed. Fix your game. Okay. Now, you mentioned that Crush Reputed and the Music Hall came and helped you with the game. Did they approach you, or did you go to them?
No, yeah, they all approached me. Just because, like, I don't really know who these guys are, so
Right.
I can't really, like, talk to them about seeing if they are able to help me with my map or not. But they all, like, each kind of convinced me, like, about, like, the stuff they did, and they just wanted to help with the map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad I took on their help.
Yeah, that's good. Now, if you could fuck one, marry one, and kill one, who's who?
I don't know. Well, I've never seen what any of them look like, so can't really say who's like the, you know.
I didn't know you were that
can't-
shallow.
I can't even. Well, I mean, if
Well,
you're
we-
talking about just fucking one.
Why do you always ask this question, Reim?
It's my favorite question.
We're supposed to ask hard-hitting questions, get to the root of the problems, really ask the hard questions that people are afraid to
I was
ask.
trying to like think of a way to come up with a meaningful answer to this, but
Just don't. You
gonna
don't even
BS
subject.
it.
Yeah, don't even subject yourself to this. You can just skip this.
I skip it then.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
it's one of
you
those-
you show Reim who's boss, Leeroy.
Wow,
You show
okay.
him.
All right, this has been Rhyme time. We'll catch you next time. Okay, so all right, you don't have to do anything. God, we're not making you do anything. You're just a developer. Speaking of developing, do you have any other SC2 arcade games in the works, or is Zealot Hockey your one baby?
Yeah, I don't know. I've like thought about developing other projects and stuff. Sorry, somebody just walked in.
Oh, it's Crush.
But yeah, I mean, Zealot Hockey is really like the only major like game I made.
Right.
But like just like the success that it's had and everything, it's like definitely made me think about like maybe trying to pursue other games,
Yeah. Do you
especially like outside of StarCraft 2, because that really limits like the self success that you can have.
Yeah. What are some of your ideas that you pondered? If you want to share those.
I don't know. I really haven't had many.
Yeah.
I've just like entertained the idea of like becoming a game developer, but no real ideas for other maps. I mean, I do have like a StarCraft 2 map in production.
Oh yeah.
It's called Minecraft Arena. It needs a new name for sure because Minecraft is trademarked. But I don't know. Yeah, you guys should go try it out sometime. It's pretty functional right now. It's a 3v3 arena game where you like use spells and try to capture points and leave tactical mines all around the place. I was gonna work on that for this upcoming rock cabinet contest, but I just didn't have enough time.
I'm too busy banging chicks. I feel you.
Right.
In the Bahamas.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
In the Bahamas, just chilling back, relaxed with all the money, just
Of course.
banging chicks, Once they see that skin and goal horn money, my friend, oh yeah, they just come running.
That's how it works.
So you actually used to play quite a bit of Zealot Hockey, and I remember in Gorilla's Rhyme time when he was talking about you, he said you were one of the first goalies that he kind of took note of on how to actually play.
Really?
So
That's funny to hear. I mean, it was probably just because I was the first one to get started playing, but yeah, I don't know. Nowadays, I'm just trash compared to like people like those guys. So yeah, I don't know. I just didn't keep up with the practice.
Yeah, you got to play a lot. But what made you, did you choose goalie? Like, cause like, did you actually like playing goalie, or was it just like shit? Everyone's it's a cycle. Everyone's opted out. I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt like that responsibility at times, like
Yeah.
because it was like a new game at the time, and like
Right.
if nobody wanted to play goalie, I guess I would just like suck it up so other people would like my game more,
Yeah. That makes sense. So
Yeah.
do you miss the good old days with Vita and like Wemry?
Vita, man.
And
Surprised you guys remember Vita.
Dude, I used to play with him, and he used to be on TeamSpeak all the time. He's a cool guy to talk to.
Yeah.
I remember thinking Vita was a girl at some point. That was like a rumor that someone said, and I'm just like, yeah, that was silly.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Vita in a while, but Emery, me and him still play from time to time. Was he on TeamSpeak too, or?
Oh man, I haven't seen him in a while, and I'm not sure if he ever was. But I just remember Veda and me used to be playing on TeamSpeak, and I think we were like, once the one timer like first came out, I think we were like the first people that could actually consistently hit it. It was me and him were using the one timer like when it first came out. That was
definitely
back in the day.
It was actually like his idea. Like Zealot Hockey was his idea because he was the one who showed me that they had the hockey stick model and told me I might like that and everything. So you could probably credit him as well.
That's pretty cool. It's a long credit list. Who knew? But over time, you kind of sort of faded out of the spotlight, and you kind of just left the game. So what took you away from playing your own creation?
I don't know, I guess just life. I had other stuff to do. I mean, it wasn't necessarily all that, but I don't know. That's a tough question. I can't really think of it.
We asked the hard-hitting questions here on Rhyme Time.
Yeah.
You can only pass one question. You already used up.
Well, if I would have known I had only one pass, I would have saved it. Yeah, I don't know. I think pretty much just life, and I was just finishing college at the time.
Right.
And ever since then, I'm currently unemployed and not in school, so just more free time.
More skins.
More
Here
skins.
But do you like playing your own game? Because my reasoning was I guess Leeroy doesn't like playing Zealot hockey anymore, so he's gone. Do you still like playing your game?
Yeah, I don't know. I do. I definitely do. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
It's a fun
game.
game.
I really do. I swear.
It's a great game to play with friends.
It's
a great team game.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, just like the pub games are so like difficult, and like you know, like 1 out of 5 of those are good, and I don't know, that's also something we've been trying to think about lately with like trying to come up with like a ranking system or like an ELO system, like auto balance pub games. I really think that would make the pub situation a lot better.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. People never invite me to in-houses though. Anytime I go on, I have to hit up the pub.
Well, you know, Rep is. I think Rep probably tarnished the all developers just because Rep has this tendency that anytime we get him in an in-house, he will always AFK at like literally midway through the game.
All right. Well, I used to do that too at points. So.
You know, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. You know, you developers are always so busy. You're always like, oh man, man, that's a bug. I need to patch that real quick. Can't wait on that.
It too. Like you see something in the middle of the game, you have to like write it down and shit.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, you just want to play, dude.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks, Reputed, ruining everything. So, is there anything that would make you want to sign up for Season 6 of the ZHL?
I don't know. That's a good question because I thought about it, but I just don't feel like I'm good enough right now. Like I would probably get in like Pro League if anything, you know. So yeah, I don't know. No, I mean nothing wrong with Pro League, but
there's always a spot on a Pro League roster somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, I would have like been an owner and picked you, just been like, okay, Leeroy, I really need you to like, you know, make my stick like a little bit bigger.
There's that.
Our shots are worth 110% more.
Yeah.
Nobody will notice that.
There's actually been owners in the past that have actually picked up devs just for that reason. So that way, like, if they win the league or whatever, you know, that just in case, you know, they win league, they can make sure that they get like their skins or, you know, they can get something and put into the game or something like that.
Right. No, yeah, but I was also just thinking back on joining the Zealot Hockey League question.
Yeah.
Another reason was it used to just seem like it was like a lot of nights per week to do it.
Yeah.
And I realized that you guys just cut it down a bunch, didn't you? Like, or
It's
not
like,
necessarily you guys, but maybe Kurt.
Well, we're cutting it down, but
yeah, because I thought now it was like 1 game on Sunday and then 1 day per the week now.
Yeah. We don't have like, you know, multiple days that you show up. It's just twice a week.
Yeah, I think that makes it a lot more feasible for most people.
And then if you're on a Pro League roster, most of the time you're fighting with like 8 other guys to get on to the starting 4. So I mean, you don't even have to show up pretty much every night. You know, it's a good rotating bench for some pro teams. Some teams are actually a little bit starved for players, but I mean, if you show up and you have a good owner, then he'll put you in and play you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, yeah, it's a much better system, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten better from where it used to be, especially before there even was Pro League. So it was kind of like a elitist club where the old boys got to play with the old boys, and the new kids had to watch. But
Yeah.
things are on the up. Things are definitely on the up. Now this is time for an anti shout out. Is there anyone in the community that you really don't like? This is like the opposite. No, you got it. Okay, you just say say somebody in chat even. If
I don't
you
know,
can't
maybe that hover creator. I don't know.
What? So much hate.
It was slightly too similar, but
Rip Wars.
no, I don't know. That's all I can think of.
Man, I have him on Skype. I need to get him in here so he can.
Really, not even Cow Smoke. I mean, you guys literally put in a ban Cow Smoke button.
That was all like him and reputed. I'm not really sure what he did.
Okay, well, he made a button just to ban Cow Smoke. You don't.
Yeah, I noticed that. And then like later on, every time I met Cow Smoke, he would just flame me for no reason. Like, what's this guy's deal?
We banned him from the group like a whopping 6 times after like he threatened to like bomb us, kill us, and like all this stuff in the group chat. He's a fantastic guy, just amazing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. I could not tell you what's up with him.
Okay. All right. So, what do you think about the logos in game? How involved were you in that, or how much of the music's additions went by you before you actually put them in the game?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, he showed me the finished product,
Right.
and of course I was like, yeah, this is awesome. So, got approved. Yeah, I don't know. It was all his work though, with like the on ice logos and the new UI and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was all his work. He showed me what he had afterwards, and I was like, hell yeah, let's publish it.
Beautiful. What a fluid system. So you guys have your own little chat group, just the devs, you guys?
Yeah, like a Skype
Right.
chat conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, like whose house are we gonna party at?
Yeah,
Please.
that's how it works.
Please, if you know how hard it is to get in contact with any of the devs, I'm sure it's like one of you guys posts like once a week, takes a month to get back from another person.
Yeah, that's actually exactly how
That's
it is.
pretty much how I'd imagine it goes.
Like 4 devs, we need like 20 or something. I don't know.
I get response like days after I like him, like, hey, what's up, man? Like 5 days later, oh, hey, not much, just hanging out at like 4 a.m. I get
Just
this.
got back from Mexico.
I'm so tan, dude. Check it out. That's really cool. So, do you watch any ZHL? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sort of. Or do you watch?
Yeah. Not every game, but I've watched a lot. It's kind of on and off, but I've definitely watched a lot. Yeah.
Are
Who's
there
your favorite
any-
caster?
I think I've seen like half of these Rime time episodes. Probably
yeah.
like half the games. Definitely always the playoffs and the finals, of course.
Of course, yeah. The sweet content.
Yeah, you gotta get the
Right.
national anthem in there, man. That's the best part.
Yeah, the skull tie really
Yeah, that was
really
cool.
prestigious. Do you have a favorite player to watch in CHL or just in general when you play with them?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like definitely all the best players, just because I like seeing what they're gonna come up with next. Like so like the best moves out there. Say Maharishi used to be my favorite.
Oh, see ya, Sean.
I don't know, man. He was better in like season
He's getting
2.
old. He's getting old, you know, but
yeah.
he's still an elite player. Well, kinda. He's still terrible at passing, but you
And
know.
then Gorilla, yeah, he's definitely like the best defensive player, for sure.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like the good goalies are for sure like my favorite to watch, just because that seems like the harder position. I'm not sure whether or not to like ever introduce a buff to that position, but I don't know. But you watch like the really good goalies, and they seem like they don't need a buff. Just trying to think of who those good goalies are. I guess Reimer, right?
Reim's face. Look at his face.
Ooh. Oh man, it's like I'm talking to my dad right now, and he's like, I'm trying to think of who my favorite son is. I just don't know though. Hangs up the phone. Ooh.
Yeah, that wasn't even set up too. Okay.
Yeah.
Reimer, and then I don't know, Elder Sage. I'm sure there's like bunch of other guys I'm forgetting right now, but
That feel.
those are at least like the good guys like a year ago. I haven't been like so caught up like this past year.
Like the second you said goalie buff, just Reimer's face, just his ears perked, and he was all like excited. And then you were just like,
goalie buff.
best.
Goalie buff.
You were just like, yeah, who's the best goalie? I don't know, I can't remember his name. And Reim just looked so sad.
Oh man, it's like the award show all over again. Town crier. Oh. He's good. Okay, so when we talk about the top skilled players, did you ever foresee the skill ceiling being so freaking high?
Oh yeah. I mean, it kind of is like flawed in that sense, I suppose. Like maybe it should be like easier for new players, because when you see like a brand new player play, like they can't skate at all, like they can't do anything. It's just kind of like a really difficult game at first to understand like how the movement works, because it's so much different than like regular StarCraft 2 movement. Like, is that what you meant? Like the high learning curve?
Yeah, like, no, exactly that. Like, there's a high learning curve there, and then there's also players like Watermelon doing the spins and those deeks.
Right, and like, you see stuff like that, and it's like, even people who me like played like hundreds of games still can't do that. So I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. I think like the high skill ceiling is a good thing, but maybe like the high learning curve at first is the bad part.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you want like the better players to be able to like keep improving mechanically throughout the game. But yeah, all right, it does seem like a little too difficult for like new players maybe.
Right.
I don't know, man. Have you seen Push Football? That game is fucking hard to learn. I mean, hockey is at least playable, just because, I mean, it's a good, simple concept. But, like, when you talk about Push Football, like, the learning curve off the bat, that game is unplayable if you're playing with all new players. Strikers is playable, though you may not be able to use the good abilities. But,
right. I mean, that's kind of the same as, like, hockey. It's, like, playable. Like, you can move around and shoot. But you don't really... Yeah. You don't really realize that you're not moving around and shooting, like, as effectively as you could be. Like, it seems to work at first.
Every time I like see like a pub and like a really bad player in like a pub game, like just the first game, I always imagine that one South Park episode with like the Pee-wees hockey skaters, and they play like, you know, like the Detroit Red Wings.
They play the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh yeah. They play like an NHL team, and they're like throwing them into the boards. Like,
no mercy.
They're like fighting the kids. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's like all I think about.
Yeah, that is kind of how it is. And then you kind of think like, how is this person gonna want to get involved in this game if it's gonna like take them 200 games to be able to play with these guys? But so it's something to think about.
Yeah. Where was I in my questions? Because we just went on a bit of a trip, and I was actually writing down extra questions because
Reimer,
we adjust on the
things.
fly. We're like that here. Okay. Okay, now I remember what my next question was going to be. Do you have, like, is there some sort of secrets in your head, like, for what you planned in the development that the player base isn't seeing right now? Like, things that can be exploited or done? Like,
No, yeah, I would definitely say not. Like, I just kind of developed it as, like, a test.
Right.
Like, the cool thing about it is being able to see, like, all the new tricks and stuff that, like, get invented like years after like the game was first invented.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It just seems like, I mean, maybe for you guys, you don't quite see it the same way as I do. Like, maybe you guys think that everything's already kind of been figured out, but I don't know. I like seeing what people like invent in the game, new moves and stuff.
It's definitely really cool to see how the game's evolved. I'm going to jump to a question that I wrote down for later, but we can talk about it now. Which aspect of the game do you think has developed the most or evolved the most since the game first came out? Like the visuals, how it went from a prison
the prison courtyard
to
that was certainly improved. Like the look of the game, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I guess just maybe like the meta, like watching all the pro teams play and. But yeah, I don't know, maybe that has reached like a point to where the meta is going to be like the most efficient it's going to get. But yeah, I would say like just watching the meta between different pro teams and stuff. Like the best strategy.
Oh, sorry for cutting you off.
Oh no, I was done.
Okay. Do you ever watch a game and you're like, shit, I need to fix that? I guess
The
most
dunks.
well, the dunks or like the bitch walk type strategies.
I don't. Maybe I'm missing something because I didn't know there was a dunk problem. The bitch watching
Everything's
for
a
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
there
think
was a
Elder
dunk
made a,
problem.
a post about it on the forums or something. There's like a glitch where like even if your stick is on the line, like they can still throw the puck through the stick of the goalie if they're like
Yeah.
lined up correctly on the crease or something weird like that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Somehow like they're able to get it through and just dunk it through the stick.
Mhm.
Something go gadget sticks.
Okay, yeah, no, I wasn't aware of that. But as far as like the bitch watching or
Yeah,
bitch
yeah.
walking, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I've just tried to think of ways to combat that, but none of them really sound appealing.
Mhm.
Like, I think a major way to combat that would be to make the person who has the puck be a little bit slower. But at the same time, I feel like that just completely ruins like breakaways and stuff, which already like seem pretty rare. So I'm
Right.
not sure. I also thought of maybe like a timer, like you're holding the puck, and then maybe after like 15 seconds, then you start getting like slower incrementally. I think that'd be something to think about.
Defensive
Yeah.
shot clock.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
something like that. Yeah. Or at least sorry.
No, 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 no.
At least the ability for casters to like type in command to make a face
To
off.
force a face off.
Right. Because that would at least improve the situation you guys have now, where you
Yeah,
actually
where we would actually have to
Awful.
request it.
yeah, and hope they're so kind-hearted.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay, I remember now. I'm being super forgetful. I guess I'm in awe.
You're so starstruck by Leeroy, you know?
Oh yes, of course. There's no other explanation. Is this in your when you first created the game? Your vision is this what you envisioned for Zealot hockey, or is there more to the dream?
No, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, obviously, when I first made the game, I didn't really think anybody would play it. So, yeah, I don't know how to answer that question. Besides, yeah, this is way more than I envisioned. Yeah. But, I mean, ever since it took off, I've like tried to think of where else it could go. But
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd make a game that was so popular that you'd have multiple seasons run of like 100+ players, and it would actually
yeah.
cause its own spin-off show of just talking about the game, where two guys would be interviewing you out for like a couple hours about it?
yeah, of course, I never thought that was gonna happen. Like, I thought like Strikers was such a better game than mine, and then I kind of like stole popularity from that game. I don't know why, but
Yeah, you basically killed the game you like. Not a guy.
yeah, that guy probably hates me.
Well, Strikers had like. Well, I mean, I know we've gone past
It's like a
development
total
questions.
different game. But
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
we've gone past development questions, but I guess we can kind of backtrack towards Strikers because I feel like it could probably earn its own category. I'm not going to
Yeah.
cut you off, Reim, am I?
No. Go for it, dude.
Okay. So, like, with Strikers, they had multiple different, like, publishers. So, with Zealot Hockey, it's been lucky and fortunate enough to have only one version of the map circulating, your version, published under you, and it's always been updated
that's
under
kind of
that.
what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew which was the right version to be playing, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, did you learn any lessons from watching what Star Strikers did, and when you were implementing the whole development and production of Zealot Hockey?
Yeah, I guess I'd never realized that they had multiple publishers, and that's kind of what like broke up like everybody knowing which map to host. I was just lucky enough to only really be the only one to publish the map. But yeah, I definitely like looked at things in Strikers, I would say, when I was making my map. I mean, I'm just not quite sure what. I probably like copied a lot of things from them.
It's all learning from each other. All coding and programming is just learning from what people have already done. It's all borrowing. It's just like musicians; they always borrow a little bit from other people.
Yeah, like remixes, which
Yeah.
are barely borrowed.
Okay. Besides that, you obviously didn't remix it completely.
No.
Did you play? How much of a Strikers player were you? Because a lot of people from the community transferred immediately over from Star Strikers into Zealot Hockey because Star Strikers is kind of waning already when Zealot Hockey came out, and then when Zealot Hockey came out, everyone just jumped ship over it for the most part. A lot of bigger names in Zealot Hockey were former Strikers players. So how heavily involved were you in I guess the playing aspect of Strikers?
I definitely wasn't like in any leagues or anything, because I had just got involved in Strikers. I think I played Strikers like 6 months before I made Zealot Hockey. Yeah, that was the question, right?
Yeah.
Something
more or
like
less.
that.
More or less. And yeah, that's about all I got for Strikers.
Okay, well, I have a question that can bounce off that. Leeroy, do you think that more than like StarCraft arcade games that are sports related can peacefully coexist, or do you think it's always going to be carnivorous in that you got like Hover, you've got the best game, you got Zealot Hockey, and you got Strikers, and kind of everyone is in Zealot Hockey, and the slightest difference with Hover, which is basically a remix of Zealot Hockey, and then you got Star Strikers, which
Ultimate Frisbee.
Ultimate Frisbee 2. Do you think these games can coexist, or do you think the player base is just too similar that they're all going to stick with one game?
I don't know, that's pretty interesting, but like the same time, like I always want to play a game of Strikers. It's just like nobody plays it anymore. But it's such a different game. I don't really put that all on like Zealot Hockey. I think the thing you guys were talking about, like all those different versions of maps, like really had a huge factor on that. And then I know I joked about Hover earlier, but I really don't think it's like a clone of my game. It's just like the first time I played it, like it had like the shot bar and like the click moving and stuff. I think that just kind of, but it is a different game.
It is. They have a height element. You can shoot it over the goal in that game.
I know, isn't that cool?
You can
please don't ever put that in Zealot Hockey. Please don't put that. That'd be so tough.
It doesn't. I don't know if it works for like a 2D game. But...
Yeah, no. I mean, it's tough because like you don't know how to judge whether you're gonna hit it over or not. It just kind of randomly happens.
Yeah. Because you're not looking from first-person perspective, so.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that question though. I did think it was really weird. I've always thought like Strikers was the better game, so that's why I almost feel like it was kind of their different map like distribution that probably did it for them. But I don't know.
I mean, Strikers had a really good run. They were around for about 3-4 years. I mean, they were out when Wings launched. I think I remember seeing that map in like SC2 Mapster or something. That was back in the day.
It's just, I don't know. It's just a different game. The movement's like a lot different, so it's a lot more focused around your abilities in that game.
Right.
Whereas Zealot Hockey is, just like a lot more click-based, more movement-based. You got the faster movement and stuff. So.
Yeah, I definitely think one of the things that attracted me to Zealot Hockey compared to Strikers was that if you like Strikers, and there are so many, each unit has a different ability. So if you wanted to be the SCV and you only knew how to play as the SCV, and someone else picked the SCV, you're kind of fucked for the next like 20 minutes because you don't get to be the unit you want. But with Zealot Hockey, you kind of get to, every character is the same. They have the same properties. So it's easier to just pick up and play, which is why I like playing with my bad friends, because, joking, Phil, you're great. Good luck in the 3K tournament.
Yeah, and it's like, if you like to play Queen, like, good luck getting that,
Yeah. That's literally the most OP unit in the entire fucking game.
It's like,
if you don't have a Queen, you lost.
Like, the whole time. Like,
dude, the whole time. I loved it.
Did that ever get nerfed?
No, it never did. I mean, pretty much in pro games, if you didn't have a Queen, it was going to be tough sledding.
Yeah, it was like every game.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I was a drone. What was your favorite unit, Leeroy?
Probably Reaper. I was just a noob though.
Oh, dude, fucking
like
dunking
to go
it.
Fast, keep it simple.
Dunking it, dude. I love dunking it with the Reaper. With the jump mechanic, that was the best.
Yeah, that was sick. Not that effective, but still
I know.
cool too.
I liked. Well, thanks for asking me. I liked playing as the I like the SCV because it's like you stand in front of the net and someone takes a shot and you're like, nope. You just put the force field there, or you're the probe, and it's just like, nope, and you just
suck it in.
Yeah.
See, you were already playing goalie, even though that game really doesn't even have goalie.
I actually played Zealot Hockey first, like after
really?
I never really was into Strikers. So then I picked the Immortal in Strikers. I sat in front of the net, and I'm like, nothing is happening.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not quite the same Immortal.
Not quite the same. That's sad. But imagine how good the Immortal push would have been in StarCraft 2 if you didn't need sentries and Immortals could make their own force fields. You should talk to David Kim and definitely change the metagame. But yeah, when making balance changes, this goes way back to when we were talking about the skill ceiling and such. When you contemplate like balance changes, do you aim more to cater to the pub crowd or the in-house group?
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely have to like try to please both at the same time, but you definitely like can't make the in-house group like OP for skaters or goalies. So that's definitely where I like pay the most attention to when I'm balancing, you know.
For sure.
That's the finer balance, yeah.
Yeah. It definitely feels like the in-house group has grown so big that you kind of like it's just hard to know even who's the bigger group since pubs are like their own thing entirely with like you said about getting invites to games. Definitely
right.
Very segmented community, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, it's like either people know you're good or you don't get invited to in-houses.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to like get discovered.
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot easier to be discovered when not a lot of people were good. Back in our day, Kappa. So, I actually picked that up from Rig. I just started saying Kappa casually.
Out loud?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, it's Latvian, don't worry. It's, what a guy. He's great. Now,
Twitch
emotes are the best. I can't believe Kurt made our own for the show. That's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, we need a Leeroy face now for fixing it.
Make it happen.
Yeah, Kurt, you're on it. Now, let's talk about the skins and goalhorns, but from a serious perspective. Did you ever think that they would blow up the way they did? I know you made gave Veda the Marine, you had the Archon goalie, and such. Did you ever think that people would give you money to give themselves horns and skins?
Oh yeah. Yeah, probably not. That was never really like a possibility that I thought of, but yeah, it happened. Me and Reputed like did split most of the work. Yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of people got screwed over, I guess. At the same time, there's a lot of people claiming to have been screwed over, and they just like never won or paid for anything.
Right.
But that's probably the minority. Yeah, no, I definitely never expected to get paid for making a StarCraft 2 game.
Yeah. I don't even know why I have a skin. I think I played like one pro game in season 2, and then I posted my ID code in the game or the forum, and then I got like these shoulder pads for my skater, and I'm like, you know what, I'll take it. I'm not gonna complain. But how much of the bandwidth is used up in the actual map right now, where the actual price of the skins and stuff have to be so high because of the demand for it?
No, yeah, I mean, people think we're like BSing, but we have used like half my upload space, so that's like half the upload space for all maps I've had. So Zealot Hockey is probably like 40% of that.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, most of that is just like all the custom files, like, you know, skins or songs especially. They're definitely the big files.
Yeah, for sure. Now, how does that relate to or what's the status on the skin shop Dream, where people would take their points and turn it into the skins?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like still in development process, I suppose. Yeah, I can't really say what status that's at. It's definitely something I want to do. But...
Right. Okay. Speaking of statuses, EU feels neglected. When do you think you're gonna go over there and talk to your fans, especially Rig? He misses you. He really wants to talk.
They just want me to go over there and chat, or is that?
They want free stuff.
Free stuff, and I guess some of them say that they paid for stuff, and I don't know. It gets messy and hairy.
Okay, the question is, how often do you get requests and stuff? You say you come on, and people are like, "Thanks for making the game," but out of every message you get, how many of them are just flat out, "Can you give me this?"
Free stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Most people don't ask for free stuff, but it's probably just because I've been gone for so long. Like, I really don't get hit up that much when I log in now, just because it's kind of far and few between.
Right.
Yeah, not that many people hit me up for free stuff, but then again, I
Okay.
usually don't know whether or not it's like free stuff they're asking for or not.
Yeah,
So I have to check.
gotta be super organized with all that. Now, here's a change that you actually were able to put into the game was benches. So how do you feel that the actual mechanic turned out?
It could probably be like improved. I heard there's still like some bugs or something with subbing people out. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's something that people said they wanted, but I'm just like watching the effectiveness of it and everything. Um, I'm not sure if like the bench has been a good addition for League players or not, because I don't play in League. But
Right.
Well, I mean,
I don't know, what do you guys think?
well, the thing is, it's used pretty much every game in Europe. European leagues use it all the time. They don't really have, I guess, latency issues because they're dealing with much better internet speeds than we are. And so they use benches pretty much every game. They don't have a rule against it. It doesn't matter. But over here on North America in ZHL, it's pretty much never used. Well, hasn't been used in the ZHL.
Just because there's
mainly.
always lag problems.
Yeah.
Not always lag problems. People just say there's lag, or
Well, I mean, of
I
course
have
it will add
5
to it,
milliseconds of delay extra, so you gotta get rid of that person. And then kicking co-casters, making sure that there's only one caster. If they had their way, they would kick the actual caster themselves, just absolutely nothing. And then while you're at it, kick the other team because they add in extra delay too. So just
Of course.
just 1-on-0 every game probably is what people want.
For the most efficient lag.
But yeah, I mean, benches have been embraced completely different ways, both sides of the earth. So it's definitely not one way or the other.
Yeah, I did also hear that with the 3.0 update or whatever, latency was improved a lot.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Yeah, I've been told that's been pretty true.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like the only downside of it is like the extra lag it brings. So
Yeah, it definitely was a really cool idea and something a lot of people wanted for a while when the game first came out to get more people in the game. I remember those lobbies where it was like 12 spectators or something, just because
Oh yeah.
you wanted to watch so you could play the next game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Leeroy, what was the worst suggestion you've ever received for the game? Like, what's something that's like someone said to you, like, Leeroy, I really think this should be in the game, and you're just like, holy shit, this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there must have been like at least one, but I don't know. I can't
Remove
think
the
of
crease entirely, nothing like that. Like you can just run up into the net and score.
Hey, that's actually a decent idea. That might need some testing.
Right.
About checking, do you think checking would be a good idea? Like adding checks into the game?
do, but I don't know. It's too late now.
Do you think that it would add too much latency to the game though, by doing all extra collision detection?
No, I don't really think that would be a problem at all. Like maybe like a minuscule amount, but possibly though, but I mean, you already have like players moving extra quick with the checks that are in the game now. So I don't think it would be too much different from that. It would just like actually affect players, like actually check them. Yeah, I don't know. It's like an interesting idea, but maybe it's just not something that needs to be messed with. Might be like too late in the process. I'm not sure. Because like if I introduce something like that now, like
Oh,
yeah, Rep Leeroy. Blame
Eight-
reputed.
yeah,
Blame
80%
reputed.
of people would be against it.
Just blame rep. That's rule of thumb. Just blame reputed.
Yeah, I blame reputed for everything.
Maybe like maybe I'll have to like release a standalone hockey game, and then that will have checking.
There we go.
Is that the dream? Is there?
Yeah, that's the dream.
You gonna make a standalone? Oh, that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're killing my questions, guy.
In a good way.
And well, Kurt's like cannibalizing the list because then
I'm not cannibalizing
You're a
anything,
cannibal.
buddy.
Okay, I'm sorry that Reimer was so good last night. That's a hockey thing, not like a sex joke. Okay, Leeroy. I'm getting the vibe. I'm going Dr. Phil mode now. Do you regret any of the changes to the game, or do you regret not implementing checking earlier in the process of the game?
Yeah,
Is there
probably. I probably
Yeah.
wish I just like had when I first made the game, like actually checked people. The only reason that didn't happen is because I didn't really know how to do it. It was just kind of a lot more difficult. Now I'm sure we have like the power to do it, but yeah, I don't know, it just seems too late. And then even like, just I brought up the suggestion on the forums before I even, was actually going to implement it, and it did not get a lot of support.
Yeah.
So.
That's really must be a really awkward feeling to be like, all right, guys, this is what I want to do with the game, and then you get shot down. Did it feel like that, or you just be like, oh, okay, no, I'm a cool guy, I don't care, on to the next?
Yeah, I mean, it's like they might be right. Like maybe checking really is not necessary. I don't know. I do feel like it would like add an element of fun to the game. But
What
yeah,
about,
as far as
like,
to answer
offsides?
whether or not I feel like shot down or not, I guess kind of, but that's just how it works.
Yeah, you're being called a movie star, by the way, in chat by Birch, saying you look like a guy from a movie. I kind of see it too.
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
Of course, yeah, the
Robert
Iron
Downey
Man. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't see it.
It's close. Okay, now I'm just gonna. This was actually on the question list, and Goza has been saying it over and over. And Goza is my personal favorite goalie and spectator. You say you want to buff goalie. What are some of your thoughts in doing so? Are we talking about reverting to the whole 8-second cooldown on force field, or something else entirely?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't even aware that cooldown was ever increased. That was probably like Crush or Reputed. What is the cooldown now?
I think it's 10 seconds.
Okay.
10 seconds too long.
No, that's actually something I thought about before. Like, it might be cool to like always have your force field available. Maybe you'd have to like nerf it in other ways, but
Oh god,
Can't
that'd be
move
so
when you're
cool.
using
yeah, I just thought that'd be a lot more fun to play. And like, who really likes having to watch their like cooldowns, like wondering when their next force field's available? Yeah, I don't know. Like, lots of different things could work. You could buff a goalie in many ways, and they would probably all work. Just some ways are probably more fun than others.
Did you read the goalie buff suggestion thread on the forum? I remember after the episode with Crush, we were kind of talking about how, like you said, that people kind of don't like playing. Like, most people, when they think hockey, they want to score a goal. They don't want to be the guy that half of the game he's just sitting in his crease, right? Have you thought about ways to make the goalie position more fun, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I like the idea of like a no cooldown force field, and then obviously you'd probably have to like nerf him in other ways, but that would make him more fun. But there's probably other ideas that would be even more fun for goalie, like an extra ability or something. I'm not sure.
Oh boy, after this game, I'm gonna play a game and it's just gonna have like 8 sticks, one on each side, insta force field that has like this toggleable. Oh my god. What a game. I'm gonna
The
love
8-stick buff, yeah.
The 8-stick. I actually asked Reputed for a stick on both sides, but he said no for some reason. I even offered him free sex. It was crazy.
That usually works.
That
for
might
them.
be
No.
too obvious, I don't know.
Nah, it usually works out for me, but not that time. Now, I'm just gonna go off the thread. Don't worry. We're not just gonna be like, Leeroy, can you fix your game? It's not gonna be like that. Have you thought about the dash going to the cursor? Is that something you considered? Yeah.
Mhm.
Or is that not something you
Yeah,
considered?
I thought it was like implemented by Reputed. I don't know, like that was at least the idea he had. It's just not really working at the moment. I don't see any idea why not to do that, because obviously you wouldn't have just like clicked in one spot and then moved your cursor all the way to the opposite side of your goalie and then check right away. Like, so obviously wherever you have the cursor is wherever you just clicked and where you want to move. So even if you didn't just click there, it would be better. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good idea. I can't really think of any downsides to it. It would probably just make the goalie reaction a little bit quicker. So yeah, I'll try to get on that.
Okay, you're a star. Now, the other thing is people are saying to nerf defense. What do you think about defense as a game right now? As you watched, I know that my team in the finals, people we criticized the team a bit for their very defensive strategy of
sitting on the crease.
Okay, fuck off.
Yeah.
Surrounding the crease strategically.
Surrounding strategically. That's
That's a new word for it.
Enlightenment.
No, yeah, I definitely think so. And I mean, if that was like the most optimal thing for you guys to do, like, go ahead and do it. Like, it shouldn't be like your fault. Probably the problem would be like the most optimal thing to do needs to like not be the most boring.
Right.
Yeah, and I think probably like if you wanted to nerf or buff goalies like we're talking about, you would need to nerf the defense. I don't know. It's kind of like a fine balance. I'm always open for suggestions as to how to nerf the defense or whatever, but you should probably like just look at like stats for like pro games and see like maybe the offense or the defense is more OP. Just from looking at the stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. We'll talk more about goalie stuff and if the chat is interested later when you guys can take questions. But we are going to move on to penalties. Some people say penalties would be cool, sending someone to the box. I know that Riggs suggested that, I think, last episode. Other people might think that it is more, it complicates the game a bit. What are your thoughts on penalties?
No, yeah, I definitely like would agree with them saying it complicates the game, just because it's more of a game. It's not like real life to where you actually need the penalties. Like,
yeah,
if you don't, it's a game. So if you don't want players to commit the penalties, you just don't allow them to be able to do it. Yeah, I don't know. Just like the idea of a power play, adding that stuff to the game, just kind of sounds gimmicky.
Yeah.
I think it works for real life. Yeah, when you actually need to enforce penalties, but you can just make them unable to perform a penalty in a game.
Right.
If that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and then the thought of adding fighting to the game. Kurt, maybe you.
Oh yeah.
Kurt, why don't you talk about that? Because you've been a huge advocate for fighting. So why don't you tell them your thoughts on that?
I wrote up a big forum about it like a long time ago, but I mean, seeing how the game's evolved, it would just be nothing but a pointless mini game in game. I probably would never be allowed in like league setting at all. It'd probably just flat out disable it in league setting, or maybe not. Maybe it's just a good time waster to like. You get scored on, and you gotta kill the other team's tempo or something. You get like one fight a game or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
but
that's a good idea.
some sort of fighting to maybe break up the game, the action.
Yeah, it's a good thought.
Something
and like
different.
maybe like the loser of the fight like gets a penalty, and that's how you do like power plays. But
They're like slower for like 10 seconds or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
because they lose.
I don't know. I think it would be cool. I don't know if it's like necessary. I don't know.
Yeah,
We need a vote.
Just a gimmicky thing. It's definitely a flat out gimmick, but I think it'd be an interesting gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now you mentioned, I don't know if you were joking or were serious about a standalone Zealot hockey map to remove server. That would help remove server delays. At least that's what Crush said when talking about making an oval rink. So is that actually in the realm of possibility? Because games like Rocket League kind of show that there's interest in these like be a pro type games where you only control one character.
Yeah. I just need to like get some help, maybe like tune up on my programming skills, and that could happen. Yeah, but like you said, like with like an oval rink, that wouldn't necessarily be like because of server latency, but just like being able to program outside of StarCraft 2's like gaming language, that would make like an oval rink a lot easier and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if there would be like the support for it, but at the same time, I didn't think there would be the support for this game. So,
all right, guys, we're gonna do a fundraiser on the forums, try and pay for Leeroy's education so we can get ourselves a standalone.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
It's like a Kickstarter. It's like if you donate like $1,000, you get a signed CD in the mail.
Yeah, and I definitely don't just disappear.
Goal horn, everything.
You get to go to the strip club with Leeroy.
With Leeroy personally.
That's great. What a dream come
to
true.
South Park.
Yeah. Gotta love Colorado. Okay. Let's talk about I was just reading chat though. It's just like Halo being like Dragon Ball Z fighting the court. That's like the most Halo thing I've read in chat so far today, which is like
Dude, you go sick on the references.
Yeah, dude doesn't stop. There's no lid to those references. That's great. I love it.
So yeah, Oval Rank, Leeroy, is that ever gonna happen? February what?
Yeah,
February 25th, 2016, 17,
Yeah,
18?
something like that. Well, I know it's totally possible. I just don't quite have the expertise. Yeah, I don't know, because like the music just came out with like a soccer game not too long ago, and he had oval rinks in that and everything.
Wait, what? He did?
Yeah. So I don't know. He needs to like share some knowledge.
This guy's
if
holding
not-
out on us.
If not, I know the knowledge is out there. So
What were your thoughts on those, like those different perspectives, like the dash rotate, goalie cam, goalie POV, or goalie A rather?
yeah, I was definitely all for that. Just with like all the new model additions, like the new like sidewalls we have in the game right now and everything.
Yeah.
The different camera angles actually just don't work with that right now. So
Okay.
I think that's why they were taken out. It's just gonna take like kind of a lot of work to like put those back in. Just with all the custom models we have now, they don't really show up from different angles. So
Right. No, a long time ago, I had the thought about a cool, like a spectator type view for the broadcast.
Alright.
What's the realm of possibility for that to make because there's like those highlight clips, but it would be really cool to see them from a different angle or perspective. How difficult is encoding to be able to develop something like that where it's where from the caster booth you have the option of different camera angles, like a sideline perspective or something.
yeah, I think it's definitely possible. Just like a lot more difficult than it used to be with like the custom models we have
Yeah.
there. But
Okay.
yeah, I think it could definitely happen. And you're right, that would be cool.
Well, thanks, Dad. Okay, so why don't you recap us on the Rock the Cabinet interview? How did that all come together?
Yeah. Well, that was like arcade spotlight.
Yeah. You said that before too, and I totally slipped
No
up
worries.
again. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my game got put on the arcade spotlight, assumedly because it got popular, and
Hmm.
yeah, I just had a little interview. My questions were kind of lame. I was like really lazy for that interview, but
Yeah.
that's how that happened.
Well, we're working today, buddy. We're at the hour mark, so
I know.
we're working you.
Yeah.
I told you to come prepared, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of prepared, right?
Yeah. Did they ask you who your favorite porn star was, or is that just a Rhyme Time exclusive question?
Yeah, that's probably more like this kind of style of show. I don't know if I can answer that. I don't really have like a favorite, Like
Yeah,
the
they're
big-
all-
They're all
big
so
popular-
good, you
The
know.
big popular ones aren't really like a try. I don't know. You always like my favorite one. I probably don't even know her name. So
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. Of course, yeah. Like, does anyone even watch porn? Because like, I don't at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
who would do that?
That's so weird. Like, oh my god.
That's
Yeah,
so
and-
gross.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, man. I don't know. And besides, if I made Zealot hockey, I'd probably be drowning in real girls too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, grills,
You got
man.
so much real pussy you've never
Lot
even
of
seen
grills.
before. You know.
Yeah, so
A
many
lot
girls.
of grills.
Oh boy, Tank says I don't know what porn is. I believe you. You're 12. So how did it feel when Blizzard reached out to you about your like doing the interview? That must have been a really cool feeling.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you're like talking about this more recent thing then?
No, Rock
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Cabinet.
Oh,
Wait, are you talking about Rock the Cabinet?
I'm talking about in general how Blizzard came to you and were like, we need to interview this guy and do a YouTube video about Zealot hockey and how they interviewed you. Or
Oh
they-
yeah. So that was like the map.
Yeah,
stuff thing.
yeah,
For the
Yeah, I
arcade
don't know. I just
spotlight.
got an email from somebody. I think Trey sent, I believe it was, who works
Mhm.
with Blizzard, and yeah, and he set it all up with me and everything. Sent me a little questionnaire interview, and they made a cool little video for my map. It's pretty sweet.
Oh boy, it
Rest
goes
was
up.
there.
Yeah, that's really cool. That is really awesome. Did they give you free stuff?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
Get wrecked, kid.
Cheap bastards.
cheap motherfuckers. You do this so when people play your game like the
Yeah,
movie.
you know those CEOs are raking in on the cash, right? So like,
Unbelievable.
thanks for making Zealot hockey, bro.
Yeah, so great. So how involved are you with the 3K tournament? I think just with the people? I know they interviewed you, but is there anything beyond that?
Yeah, no, that's all that happened so far. Me and Kurt did that interview. It was very short, and yeah, I'm still waiting to hear back about like how the tournament's gonna work, all that stuff.
Yeah. Are you gonna sign up with Vita, Emery, and Sniper?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to Vito in a long time, so probably not.
Are you gonna sign up though? Do you think you will?
I've thought about it, but I don't know. I just know I wouldn't win. There's so many better players.
No, not if you do.
I'm just not good.
Nah, no way, dude. Especially if you do that super buff, where it's just like,
I mean,
like...
I could like make it guaranteed that I win.
Put in the AI goalie.
Quick little update before the tournament starts.
Do the AI goalie. Nobody will score.
Yeah, if player name equals Leeroy, activate AI goalie.
Or just Sniper like takes half court shots, and if one of them goes in, it's like a 3-pointer. It's just like, oh my god, from downtown.
Do the warp speed one-timers again.
Oh, those were.
Do you remember that update, Leeroy?
How that worked.
That was amazing, man.
Was it like if you did like more than 2 in a row?
No, it was just any one-timer. Like, it was just any one-timer you did, it was like 1,000 times what it was supposed to be. And so, like, the puck, even after it went through the goal and it slowed down, you know, because, like, what was the movements delayed on the puck by, like, I don't know, like, to 20% or something?
Yeah, 20% after a goal, yeah.
Yeah, well, like, it was still, even with that reduction, it would still have the power to, like, bounce back to, like, half court, like, after it hit the backside of the net. Like, it was that fucking powerful. It was incredible.
Sorry I missed that one.
Oh, it was great. It was a lot of fun, and snail hockey was also really silly.
Oh yeah, snail hockey. Yeah, that was fantastic.
Sad.
You know, that was turn-based hockey was pretty good. I really thought that you guys were turning things around and trying some new things. You know, I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah, Hearthstone style there.
Hearthstone style hockey.
The future is now. And now we're coming to near the pretty much the end of my questions that I had planned for the show. With that said, you mentioned that sort of for the 3K tournament, it was very short, the questions you were asked, and also the arcade spotlight were kind of predetermined. Is there anything that you want to say, like, because now we've got all the viewers here and also for YouTube, anything you want to say to the community, get off your chest?
I don't know. Like, I know there's, like, everybody's pissed off about skins and stuff. It's just that it was, like, really confusing because me and Reputed, like, split a lot of the work. If you guys have any questions and you like legitimately deserve a skin, like for whatever reason, hit me up and I will try to like take care of you. I don't know what else to say to the community other than that. Everybody seems to have some grief over that stuff.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any material withstanding, hit me up and I will try to take care of it for you.
That's perfect. Very, very reserved.
And thanks for the support.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
I was about to get like super cheesy.
No, get super cheesy.
No, get super cheesy, buddy. You know.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you all. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Well, we're not leaving just yet, so you get to say that all again.
Yeah.
In your shoutouts.
In your shoutouts, yeah. You know.
In your shoutouts.
That. We're gonna turn this over to fan questions. This is where we're gonna throw you to the wolves, buddy. This could get messy.
I am a little nervous about this.
I am pretty nervous about the fan questions.
We'll do very short fan questions, and then we'll cut it out. That way you can get back to all those girlfriends you've got there, Leeroy.
Yeah, you know they're lining up right now outside the door. So.
Yeah, of course I can imagine. Yeah, with my goalie A view. Okay, this is audience questions. So line them up. Keep them PG 13 or at least one, or maybe just one XXX question. Are your eyebrows real? Asks EU Zealot Hockey.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I seriously like pluck these fuckers. Like they're just big. They're just big.
Ooh. You're like the Jonas Bros.
Well, I mean, like if I didn't, like I would have like a huge unibrow. So
I know the feeling.
It's not a gay thing to pluck them.
Our first real question comes from Peter Delay. Do you think Zealot Hockey needs an in-game mechanic to prevent bitch walking?
Yeah, I do. I just haven't really thought of the right idea. I don't know. I would like to hear a good suggestion to do that. But yeah, it just doesn't seem right that if you have a 1-0 lead, you can pretty much just kill the third period without any problems if you really wanted to. I don't know. I guess some people make bitch walking look a little easier than it is. You know.
Yeah.
Like if like I probably couldn't bitch walk against like a pro team right now. You know, they would probably still be able to take it from me. So.
All right. Leeroy, was the XS combination mechanic to make a full stop intentional or not?
It comes from Maha.
Yeah.
The XX?
So like
X
pressing
plus-
X and then S will bring you to a full stop. Was that intentional or not?
Yeah, no, probably not. Like, unless I can think of a situation where like only using S would be better. Like I almost feel like maybe pressing S should just do the XS like automatically, you know?
Right.
Some players do use it to like, I don't know, give it like, it's kind of like a head fake, because you, even when you stop, you're moving, but your momentum continues and you just gradually slow down. So some players will use that to slow the angle and kind of cut back better. And so that way they don't have to waste a click to kill power.
Yeah.
So I mean,
maybe in that sense, like it is nice to have the two different options and being able to use it. But yeah, that kind of stuff like that makes the game really hard for new players.
So coming from Rig, he says, can devs do something about Smurfs, like show all players who are playing from one IP?
No. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. We can only see the handle number, which is like linked to your Battle.net account. So, but yeah, there's like no trigger function to see a player's IP, so it's pretty much out of our hands.
What does X do? Does it temporarily increase your turn rate, or what?
Yeah. I'm trying to think real quick. It like increases your friction.
Okay.
And yeah, it increases your friction and increases your acceleration. So you're able to accelerate in one direction quicker, but at the same time you've got the friction, so you can't just hold it down and just keep moving quicker.
Right. This one comes from Halo. Or was that what you were looking at, Kurt?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. All right. Leeroy, do you prefer chocolate or vanilla? Do you also like to watch Bob Ross to inspire you to create value into your game?
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
What was that last part?
What about Bob Ross?
Do you like to watch Bob Ross to inspire you to create value to your game? Okay. It's a very interesting structured question.
Yeah. All right. Unfortunately, I do not watch Bob Ross. My favorite, I would say vanilla over chocolate.
Yeah, I agree.
Good man.
Cool.
But dude, you should watch the Bob Ross on Twitch. They're like showing all 404
that
of his
like
episodes.
A recent thing?
Yeah, they're still showing it. It's all 404 episodes. That's 200 plus hours straight of Bob Ross. Dude, it's fantastic.
Crazy, yeah.
It's fantastic. We might host it after this maybe.
Yeah.
Probably should.
Yeah. Goza wants to know if you like snakes.
I don't know. I mean, snakes have always looked visually appeasing to me.
That's good.
Never owned one.
That definitely wasn't the question, but thank you for keeping it PC there, Reim. So coming from Dauntless, I guess coming back to the oval rink, do you think you would have to rewrite the Zealot hockey physics to implement a oval rink, or do you think it's just going to be like an add-on only type of thing?
Yeah, probably. It would require like a bunch of rewriting. That's just why it seems a lot harder, or that's why it is a lot harder than it seems. Yeah, you probably have to like rethink a lot of things about the way it works right now.
Terrible phrasing of my question. What a guy. Alright, we'll take like 2 or 3 more, just cause, or something like that. Just 2 more. So make sure they're good ones. First come, first serve. So.
Unless you're Goza, then you know your questions don't matter.
Why did Frieza need to wish for immortality? I feel like I made that a Reddit post a long time ago, and now he's looking at my Reddit history. So how about you don't do that? Okay, how about that, you know? Instant, what's this X dude? Tanks, we already talked about you. See it goes up. Did you just ban him or something?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, when you pooped, you intentionally... No.
Whoa,
okay.
do not. Buddy, come on.
Yeah. I was just reading that.
Okay, so Peter Delhi says, if you were to go on a date with Reputed, where would you take him, and what would you order?
Okay. I would take him to a nice sushi restaurant and order some sushi.
Some sushi.
He just seems like the type of guy who
You think a
deserves
sushi? You think he's a sushi?
a little
guy?
nicer meal, you know.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Maybe some sake.
That's sweet. Okay. So final question will be for me. Looking back, I know Professor X made that player map for Zealot hockey players. Let's say you're doing the Last Supper, who would be the 6 people you invite to dinner at your house, in your mansion?
I don't know, man. Sniper. I'll list some of my friends right now. This will be like my shout-outs.
That's good.
Sniper, Emery, Reputed, The Music, Crush, and Kurt. I would say Kurt. He's just done so much work for it.
Thank you.
Bringing popularity to it and everything, so thank you. And I mean, if there were 7, you know.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, whatever. I didn't do anything. I just sit here and talk. Good thing Country Ken just showed up, and he is flirting a storm up with you, and I can't blame him.
He is.
Hey, Leeroy, what a coincidence. I'm actually stuck in a bank right now. I really need your number.
All right, we're gonna go to shout outs, buddy. I know Mr. Leeroy's gotta go soon.
Yeah, I got stuff to do. Oh, so my shout outs?
Are we going? Yeah.
We're going right now.
I just gave him though. I'll give him again.
Yeah.
Shout out to my homeboy Sniper. Oh, I guess I have a few more to include now.
Yeah, go for it. Your
Cervantes. Better be watching right now. Cervantes, Emery, Kurt, The Music, Crush, Reputed, of course. Thanks for all the help making the map. And shout out to everybody watching right now. And thank you guys for all playing.
That was beautiful.
And wait, I'm not sure if I forgot Emery or not, but he would be pissed if I did. So.
No, you said his name twice, but that's good. That just means that you really care about him and love him, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you're very lucky. Like, if you're one of Leeroy's friends, you're lucky to be his friend. He cares about his friends.
I'm sorry if I forgot you.
Yeah, what a sweetheart.
You know that.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I don't know if Kurt has anything to say to you, but I just want to thank you, Leeroy. I know Leeroy basically made a lot of friends because of your game. Never would have met Kurt, Gorilla, some of my closest friends from Zealot Hockey. Had the amusement of Goza, who's always really silly to read, or even done the silly show that my girlfriend hates that I do because it takes like 2 hours of my day away. But it's an absolute blast, and I had most fun I ever had in StarCraft 2 was because of your game. So a huge thank you to you.
Absolutely.
For all the work you put into it and continue to put into it. Kurt, I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
I'll get to it in mine. You just keep doing the rest of yours.
Yeah, as usual, shout out to my girlfriend as always for watching. She's great at that. Shout out to Kurt for being my wingman, my wing boy. Shout out to everyone in chat for watching and participating in chat and coming, because it's really cool having viewership for this. Just because it makes the end part a lot more fun and rewarding. Girlfriend gonna divorce you. So thanks. That's what I'm talking about. So. Thank you, everybody that plays out hockey. It's so much fun, and for watching. And Doritos Inferno, Mountain Dew Code Red.
They're our sponsors.
Yeah, if you guys aren't eating and drinking those, there's something wrong with you. Kurt, anything for you?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to the whole development team. Reputed, Crush, and The Music. They've all done great additions to your game, Leeroy. Leeroy, just what Reimer said, none of us would have been friends. I mean, not none of us. Some of us came from communities before this together, but as a whole, we've all made a lot of really good friends in this game playing it. We have a lot of really good memories, and it was all because of you for making this game. Even if you may not think it's a big deal, it ended up being a big deal for us. So thank you for what you did. and helping our lives get you know, that much sweeter. So thank you, man. I could really do appreciate it. And all that free of charge too. You know, you didn't even charge us to play your game. You know,
I know.
That's the best part.
Because
you know?
they wouldn't let me, those bastards.
I remember when they were talking about Wings of Liberty, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll make maps where you can pay for them or whatever." Like when they were first
That's actually
talking.
a terrible idea.
Probably would have been terrible.
They like a donate button.
Yeah.
It's a different story. But yeah.
Actually buying maps and stuff, I was like, yeah, that's not a good idea. I mean, I understand they want to compensate like more people to work on the arcade, but I mean, there's got to be different ways to do it. Maybe the 3K will be the start of something really good.
I hope so.
But yeah, no, just thank you, Leeroy, and the entire dev team. It's awesome, all the work, because I know it's definitely a lot of hours of work behind the scenes to get just something that you would think on the surface is a simple fix. I know it's a lot of hours of hard work behind the scenes. So you know, thank you for all the headaches that you guys have gone through for our amusement. Shout out to Reimer's girlfriend, because she's awesome.
Yeah, she just texted me. She's like, Leeroy looks so pissed that you guys are still like, he wants to go already. So,
I just had a long night.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. We're almost done here. We're almost done. And my last shout out will go to Mr. Country Ken, because he's a manimal, and he's hilarious, and you know, he's awesome. That's all I got. You guys ready to wrap this up?
Yes, sir. Let's let the fathers of hockey out of here. Thanks for coming. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for following us here on another lovely episode of Rhyme Time. The season finale is coming up next on Thursday, so make sure you guys are tuning in. You definitely do not want to miss it.